Well, if there is something on there, I don't think it's very big. There was something biting. Alright, it's a little bite if it is. I dare say that's not, but I don't know. There you go, we got something or not. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a baby. Measure it, but I doubt it. Come on, buddy. So we're just on the mullet today. One good thing, obviously working where I do now, you don't have to go very far to get your bait supplies for the weekend. Friday night beers and bait and lure purchases is what it seems to be, which is pretty cool. Though it is funny, obviously all the soft bait boys and the lure boys are quite evangelistic about their non-bait use, which is fine. They'll give me stick as to why I haven't converted yet. Oh, a bit high. And the general answer is, well, you haven't taken me out to show me how to do it. So, a few more fishing trips on the cards, which would be good. Huh, didn't even know I had this guy on it. It's funny. What we got? Little kahawai. Or kahawai. Oh, some bait. So, pulled that kahawai in, whacked the fillet off the side of it. Let's go back in, see if we can convert it into something bigger. It's preferably not a kahawai. A great example of something not being broken, so people not necessarily understanding how or why it works, is these big bait casters. So we had a complaint or a concern recently that this bail arm doesn't close when you crank the handle, and no, it doesn't, and that is actually by design. The idea being that Shimano apparently had a few reports of people essentially casting their lines out. This is just for the surf casters, so you only find it on the big ones. And because the handle was moving slightly forward, it was knocking the bail arm closed as well. And as I've found out a few times, if you forget or don't have your bail arm open when you try and cast out with a surf caster with, you know, a couple of ounces weight at the end of your line, something's got to give. So yeah, if you've got either the 1400, the big bait caster, I'm pretty sure the Ultegra does the same thing, your bail arm will not close when you twist the handle, and that is a Shimano design, a Shimano feature, not an issue with the reels. So I know I need to do something here. I think I'm going to get an external table, plunk it right there for the bait, because this has just got all the recipes or all the components of something going horribly wrong and me wearing bait fish throughout the back of the truck. So I'm looking at either just an external, a small table as a bait board, and the other thing I've been pricing up, which I mentioned before, is the front runner table here, but I don't know if I want bait on it because there'll also be a cooking table, so it might be idea just to keep them two separate, unless I can pull the whole board out just to get the you know, fish guts and stuff separate from where I might actually be preparing food sometimes. With this pen here is that the bait runner function seems to have stopped working. Now, this rod has actually been in the, rod and reel has been in the drink more than once. And while I have kind of stopped and given them a good clean out with some fresh water as soon as I got home, pulled them to bits and tried to dry them out, there's a real good chance we've got some salt water in there still, and that's done something to the gearing, I think. We've got to remember the salt water and the conditions we fish in are actually some of the hardest in the world on our gear, which I didn't realise. Some of the guys at work were talking about there's a measure of, I'm not sure if it's salt content or sulphur content or other bits and pieces that are in our water, but apparently the water around the New Zealand coast is some of the most, some of the hardest in the world, which is interesting, the more you know. But yeah, it's possibly not a warranty issue, it's a service got water throughout the whole rig issue. And these are IP6, I think it is, so they've got waterproof to a certain level, but being smashed around in the surf is, you know, a big ask for anything. Interested to what you guys do on the beach in regards to these things. Feet. I get very cold feet. I think it's it's basically circulation. I think as I've gotten older it's gotten worse, but I've always gotten cold in the extremities, even as a teenager, and then it takes a very long time to warm up. So what I've done is, I knew because I'm heading into the surf now, I've just got a bib wetsuit on under here, so I mean I'm warm, the legs are warm. I've been just playing with some neoprene booties basically, and also the Aeropack boots, which are awesome, and I've just taken them off, and I mean my feet have been snug and warm up until this point, but you're swimming in water. So yeah, just wondering if you guys do anything. Comments along the lines of harden up aren't actually helpful, but yeah, is there, I don't know, could I neoprene it but cut holes in the bottom so they drain a little bit better, like guys used to do with the Buellers, their boots for hunting. Anyway, open to suggestion, let me know. So something else that came in as a question recently, and I was wondering if the one they had was faulty, but these surf rod holders, I'm not going to get that off. It was pointed out that there's a gap in the back here in the metal, and yes there is, and that's normal on all of them. Some of them, if you take this off, you can use it as just a quick way of putting it in and out of the rod holder if you want to. I have 3 of these, and they all have that gap in the back of them, so that's quite normal. And just see here, same thing, gap at the back, gap at the back. So that's normal, that's on all of them. Good day out fishing. Not huge on the fish results. I got one snapper, caught a couple of kahawai. One got thrown back in the bait, one managed to, as bait, one managed to basically self-release it. I just lost something just as the sun set, something big hooked up, but of course lost it because my FG knot gave out on me. So it's going to be something I need to practice a little bit more, and you know, it kind of sucks when it's your handiwork that causes you to lose a fish. Much easier to blame the gear, but that's totally on me, that one. So yeah, everyone's heading off. You can see everyone heading up the beach. A few boys previously having a few races up the beach, which doesn't help our access, you know, hopes for the future. So yeah, what have we got? So I think the wetsuit has been a success. The bib suit that I've had has been fantastic. The only thing is, I think I might have to get the jacket, because I went in and of course you hit a breaker which wets the shirt, and then some wind on the shirt, and that's cold. Who knows, play for that, have a play with that. And of course the other thing I did, which was kind of dumb of me, is I haven't thought about what happens when I'm soaked now and want to get back in the truck. So I think I'll be driving home in my underwear and maybe just a hoodie, so no stops anywhere on the way home. But yeah, gonna have to put a bucket or something in here and a change of clothes and some towels, but I don't even think of that, but it's obvious in hindsight, isn't it? Anyway, sort of got the last cast out, just see if there's anything else out there. Then we're gonna pack up and head home. I think I might grab a pizza on the way home.